Welcome to Let's Talk R&R with Tony and Lisa. Today's podcast, that must have been some dance. Let's go to the throne.
So spending time with Jesus, and you know what I learned?
What did you learn?
I learned that the way they did John the Baptist was foul. Okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I was reading Matthew 14 and Mark 6 because it's obviously it's in both of those scriptures, and you know they did my man wrong.
Yeah.
So John the Baptist, and please, people, do not get on me if I say the names wrong. Forgive me in advance, okay? Because So, John the Baptist was jailed because he told Herodias and Herod, and I say both because Matthew says one way, Mark says another, that...
Two different versions of the story.
Yes.
As with most stories, you have three different versions, right?
Exactly. That Herod was wrong to mess with his brother Philip's wife Herodias.
Right.
They were wrong. It was unlawful. They didn't like it. He was jailed. Okay? Now
make sure everyone knows why it was unlawful. Because she divorced Philip.
Right. Philip
didn't die. So had Philip died, it would have been okay.
Right, but she divorced him.
But she divorced him. Philip was still alive, so therefore that is what made it illegal. Okay, I just wanted to set that stage.
You're trying to tell me I can't divorce you and marry somebody else? That's what you're saying?
Absolutely right. Not my brother, anyway.
Oh.
You know you love Jerry. So go ahead.
No, I don't. I will die single. Anyway, so they put him in jail, okay? Now, Herodias wanted to kill him, but she couldn't. So she just held on to this grudge. And she held on to it. For quite a while. Yes, for quite a while. Doesn't say specifically how long.
Right.
But she held on to it. She was upset. Okay? But Herod respected him. He didn't understand everything he said. He was puzzled, but he liked listening to him. He knew he was considered very high among the people. Knew he was a prophet. Knew he was a righteous man.
Right.
So we're just going to put him in jail. We're not going to kill him. So they decide to have an event. Herodias' daughter dances at the king's event. He's so pleased. He says, anything you want. Absolutely anything. Even half of my kingdom. Ask for it. Says an oath. I will give it to you. An oath. And you know an oath then, I mean,
right.
That's written in stone.
Right.
So she leaves him.
In front of everyone as well.
In front of everyone. In front of his military men, all these high people.
Right.
All his guests, excuse me. She runs to her mom. Mom. Like any good kid. Say any good kid does. Confused, you go to your parent. That's how it should be. Mom, what should I ask for? Aha! Here is the moment.
Yes.
That she has been waiting for.
I've been waiting for years.
Go tell him you want the head of John the Baptist. She says this to her child. Her child runs back to the king and says, the head of John the Baptist.
That's what I want.
He's distressed. What do you mean? This is obviously what he's thinking inside. How can I do this? Righteous man, prophet. Yeah. People love him. But I took an oath. My peeps are here. Yeah. My boys are looking at me like, what you gonna do?
My pride. Like,
right.
You know.
So.
But remember, his people, they knew John the Baptist was a righteous man as well.
Of course they did.
And they also liked and respected him. So now there's a quandary because I'm like, okay, King is like, okay, do I do this? And they looking at me crazy, and they looking at me like, okay, are you gonna really kill this dude?
But here's the thing: are you going to do it? But you gave an oath, so now do you lose your word? Because now if you give us an oath and you don't follow through on this, how can we believe you?
Your word is nothing.
Right. So there's this thing. He's at a fork in the road. And either way is not a good look.
Oh yeah, no, he's done either way.
He's done. So what does he do?
He was done when he made that proclamation.
Absolutely. So he ordered it to be done. He ordered it to be done.
Yep.
He was beheaded. It was put on a platter, given to this girl, and she took it to her mother. Now, what's so disturbing about this whole thing? Okay, look. Aside from that, that is just foul. It's wrong. You know, John the Baptist, first off, he's merely telling you the obvious. What you're doing is wrong. You know what you're doing is wrong.
He stated the fact.
Stated the fact. Didn't lie, didn't steal, didn't cheat, nothing.
Wasn't spreading rumors.
Right. You throw him in jail. You throw him in jail because he told you what
that's
you were
bad
doing.
Enough.
That's bad enough. And then you come on, you kill him. But what kills me is that this mother had her daughter pass along this message to kill someone. She took the lives of John the Baptist, of King Herod, of her daughter, and herself. Now, they all didn't die immediately, but they have their own hell to pay because of it.
Because of that, yeah.
You know, and all obedience ain't good obedience. Because her daughter was being obedient, but look at what she did. And I get it; those were the times.
Obedience to the wrong people.
Right, and I get those were the times, but it makes you think about now. You can't be obedient to everyone.
Right.
And everything. You have to be mindful, but you also have to be mindful if you're on the other end and somebody asks you what to do. You have to make sure you steer them in the right direction.
Yes.
Because she was going on what she was feeling. She wasn't thinking about what was right, what was wrong. Should my daughter be doing this? Look at what I'm doing to my husband, who I supposedly love so much that I'm mad that you told me I was wrong.
Right.
You know,
I'm putting him in a precarious situation because now he has to either behead John the Baptist to save face, you know, because you know the pride situation is going on, or if he says no, you know, now his word doesn't mean anything. His oath doesn't mean anything to the people. How can he be king?
Right.
If he doesn't stand by his word.
Right.
So now he may get overthrown.
It's just, again, you know, we think about what we're feeling in the moment and we react off of that feeling, not realizing that what we do doesn't just affect us, but those connected to us. And sometimes those people have no say. We're making decisions for people without giving them a chance to have any say. She made a decision for her daughter. She made a decision for her husband, and she made a decision for John. All because she was wrong. It wasn't even like she was wronged, and it wasn't even like you were wrong. Like, own it. I don't like what you're saying, but that's some old. Okay, look, you're right. You know, I'm gonna argue with you in the street, but when I go home, I'll be like, yo, dang, he was right. Why you had to blast me on front? I mean, we could do this. You know, I get it. In the street, you want to look like, listen, I'm not a punk.
Right.
But if you're wrong, you're wrong. But you cannot allow pride and anger to join, because that's disaster waiting to happen.
That's all raw emotion.
But she made
all flesh.
Again, she made a decision off of a temporary emotion, no matter how long this grudge lasted.
Right.
And this man is permanently gone.
Permanently gone. And now and their lives permanently altered. Permanently altered,
right. It just, man, I read that, I was like, oh, why they do my man Sean like that? Oh. It's
look, it was a dangerous thing trying to be righteous back in the day.
Not even righteous,
and even today.
Just being right.
Yeah.
Just being right.
You know,
just telling someone, hey, you really shouldn't be doing that. But we see it now.
I was just gonna say, even today, you know, people, if you try to do that to someone on the street today, call out what, you know, they clearly know is wrong.
Right.
You could end up losing your life.
You could end up losing your life.
Just for pointing out that someone's doing something wrong or questioning it.
But then when they get caught, it alters their life and their family's lives. Again, we have to be mindful of the decisions that we are making, because it doesn't just affect us.
Yes.
You know, that's just, it was disheartening. It was disheartening because as a parent,
That's what I thought about.
Yeah.
I thought about a lot when I read this scripture, but the first thing that I thought about was, how could I possibly tell my daughter to go back and tell that person that I want the head of this person.
Right.
Why would I put that responsibility? And again, it goes back to what our mothers used to say back in the day. Grown folk business is grown folk business.
Come on now.
You know?
Come on. But here's my thing. Okay. So your daughter danced. He enjoyed it so much. I'll give you anything you want. Don't you dare say anything. Say nothing, sir. Say nothing.
I have a problem with that right there also.
Listen.
I mean, it was a stepdaughter, but still. What kind of dance was so good that you said, hey, I'll give you everything?
Break dance, pop lock. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know, okay? It was an awesome dance. We're going to leave it that.
Again, I'm like, Lord, okay, what's okay? All right,
well, here's the thing. I don't understand, okay? Stop it.
I didn't say nothing.
His wife could have danced for him. No, listen. No, come on, real talk. His wife could have danced for him. She could have liquored him up. I'm saying if you needed him to say anything you want,
right?
You're his wife. I know how you work. I know if I really want something from you. Let me make sure the Browns got a good game going on. They winning, all right? I'm gonna come in and swarm. That's when I ask for what I want. But I'm saying she could have found another way.
Yes.
If you wanted to do this, do not put your daughter in this situation. Do it yourself. I think it was wrong either way. I'm just saying. I just did not agree with it on so many levels. Again, listen.
That just threw me. I'm like,
right.
She danced and he offered even half of his fortune. I'm like, bro, that must have been.
Okay, listen.
That must have been a heck of a dance. that was some bring it on. What's the other one? Stomp the yard.
Are you serious?
What's the one with Marion and all and.
Oh my goodness! I can't
even think of it.
I can't think of it either. Shame on us.
Y'all know what we're talking about. Oh my goodness, that was a dance routine.
Anyway.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Anyway. Listen, I'm overjoyed with all that I'm getting. I love this relationship that I'm having with Jesus. It's like putting on glasses or looking at TV in HD. I put on come on, you see me, babe. I don't feel like getting my glasses and I'm looking at TV. You clearly see I'm squinting. I don't feel it personally. And then all of a sudden, you'll hand me my glasses and it's like, wow, that looks great. So when I...
Very true, by the way.
Yes. So this relationship with Jesus, now when I look at the Word, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've never before I decided to have this relationship with Him, got excited reading the Word. Mm-hmm. I was upset, I was mad, but I was excited.
Right.
And I love that I'm excited reading the Word. Mm-hmm. I never thought that would come out of my mouth. I'm excited to read the Word. Come on, Jesus.
It's awesome.
That's God. Yeah. That is anyone that knows me said, "Oh my goodness, that is God in her life." Because I'll read Terry McMillan before I picked up the Word.
I know, right?
But you know what? I prefer to be honest about it.
Yes. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, that's where I was.
That's what we're here for.
But when you have a relationship, and we know this, I'll speak for women, we know this. When you have a relationship with the right one, you are a changed woman. Your friends say, "Oh, girl, you smiling so big. Oh, something look different. Mm-hmm. Oh, you glowing. Yes, honey, I met a man named Jesus." Mm-hmm. And I love it. I love it. But we don't have to talk about this John thing. He needs to talk to me about this one.
Yeah.
Because I need to understand. I want to find out what happened to her. And her daughter. I've been digging deeper, but I'm not really sure if the stories that I'm reading are accurate, which is why I'm not going to share any of it because I don't want to give any false information.
Right.
But
that's something that we definitely need to dive into a little deeper.
Yeah,
so,
because
just to kind of see what happens, because
did my man John wrong?
There had to be some type of repercussions for that.
Right.
It had to be. I can imagine it not being some type of repercussions for that sequence of events.
Right.
That happened.
And John. You know who John was?
That's my point.
Come on. John.
That's my point. I
don't even say things bad about people named John.
What's your name? John.
I love all Johns, all of them. John, how you doing? You want a cup of coffee?
Maybe with your coworker, man, John came in here today.
Say
No,
nothing
he
bad about
didn't.
John. No, we like John. But yeah, I really wanted to share that because I just love all that I'm learning. I love what he's allowing me to get from the stories.
Yes.
How it helps me live my life. And how it helps me to realize that though the book was written gobs years ago, it still very much applies to right now, because though that was John the Baptist, it could be someone else. Tomorrow, same situation.
Yeah.
You say something to someone, they don't like it. A wife gets someone else to do something on her behalf, and this other person.
Right.
It's happening day in and day out.
Day in, day out.
Yeah.
So, be careful. Try not to hold grudges.
Yeah.
Because she held that grudge for a minute.
She did. But also work on your relationship. Because I'll tell you, when you read the word, you're going to get some stuff. You're going to be bad. You're going to be mad. But you're going to get some stuff.
All right. Well, I hate that John the Baptist went out like that. But we thank God for him anyway.
Yeah. And you know what? We will see him again too.
Yes,
How
indeed.
about that?
Yes, indeed. But she was off the chain.
You still trying to find out what the dance was, though?
I'm going to let it go.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, there you have it, people. If you get an opportunity, check out, what was the scriptures again, huh?
Matthew 14 and Mark 6.
When you get a chance, check it out. You'd be surprised. And again, you'd be surprised at what you find when you start reading the Bible from a relationship standpoint.
Yes.
He reveals so much to you. Stuff, again, scripture that you've read before, probably multiple times. But when you read it, like Lisa said, you read it with the, from a relationship standpoint, it's like you're putting on glasses. And now you can really see what's being said.
Yeah.
What God is trying to tell you. So I challenge you all to get in your word and start to cultivate this relationship with him. It'll take you places that you never thought you could go.
Indeed.
All right, that's it. Love and blessings, people. Love and blessings. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk R&R with Tony and Lisa. Follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk R&R, where we welcome your feedback. Welcome to Let's Talk R&R with Tony and Lisa. Today's podcast, that must have been some dance. Let's go to the throne.